Alright, we finally made it. Book 10 in Fire Emblem Heroes Ragnarok has descended. It's pretty crazy. Finally, after all these begging, all these years, we're finally gonna go back to our old worlds, figure out what's wrong with them, and take out all those annihilations runes sent on us. So I guess the coolest thing about it is that not everyone's gonna be on our side. It's the Twilight of the Gods. All these past dead characters are coming back. So it's pretty crazy. So, with my headcanons, theories, and my personal thoughts, I'm gonna try to see who goes where, who's gonna join what side. I think that's pretty interesting. So of course, I made a tier list. A tier list trying to split up who goes where. Anyways, I am pretty excited about this because I think since they're going back to old worlds, they're not trying to shove us with new information. It's more the old information, trying to like combine everything. Basically get tripped down memory lane. That's what I'm getting at. So let's start with the simple ones. Who's the main guys we're against and who the main guys we're with. So of course, you gotta start off with the big bad, the twist reveal, the Zeno of this series, Rune. He's here because he wants to play the game. He's a kid who wants entertainment. He wants the heroes to struggle. So of course, he's starting Ragnarok. Good for you, buddy. Good for you. Of course, we got his two posses over here, his buddies, Loki and Thor, who are here to make sure all that goes through. I guess over here I'll also add the other like Annihilation trio. I think it's the Winter of Annihilation, the Sword of Annihilation, and I think the Wolf of Annihilation? I don't know. It's gonna be Fenrir. I don't know what the sword is, but and one we're facing right now, the Ice Girl with zero personality, but she is a robot though. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. And against all that, it's the main squad. Alphonse, Serena, Anna. Anna doesn't show up. Anna's not a character, let's be real. Anyways, that's our main squad. So let's start categorizing by showing who's dead. So, since this is the Twilight of the Gods are returning to the worlds once more. Of course, that does not include characters who are not gods. So if you died during the story, you're dead if you're not a god. Most likely Gangalot. I don't think Gangalot is a god. Oder and Fafnir were not gods. Let's see, anyone else? I don't think you were a god. Let's see, anyone else? I think that's nope. Sorry, not. May you find pretty boys somewhere else. These guys are all dead because they're not gods. So when they're dead, they're dead. Now, let us start with this simple stuff. Who will be our buddies against the end? Generally, the good characters, like the characters who. Oops, sorry, I did that way too early. I'm breaking stuff. Way too early. Like, let's look at our female OCs. The female OCs that we had from the very beginning. They're all gonna be for us. None of them had any twist or like actually wanted to betray us or something like that. These guys like us, and since they like us, you know, they're gonna be on our side. Simple as. Well, not Rune. You were a male OC, and now we know that male OCs are bad. And of course, let's add our additional characters who has been supportive of us. So Asgard guys are gonna support us. Nifl guys are gonna support us. Let's see. I think the good fairies are gonna support us. Anything else? Of course, the giants are gonna support us because Dagger likes Alphonse, so that's all cool. I think think these two are still a part of Sather, so they're gonna be on our side either way. Because if Sather likes us, Casper like us, Golvig likes us, so it's a whole party. And I think, yeah, I would say also she would like us as well, and she will join our side. Alright. With now, let's see the more complicated answers. And when I say complicated, I mean more easy ones. Asgard, we've seen him in book 10. He gave Alphonse his power up. I think it's pretty simple to say that he'll be on our side. I don't think he's gonna disappear again, but I did wish that he had a conversation with shoot, I'm forgetting her name. Ash. I wish he had a conversation with Ash, like, since they had a sad, like, sappy ending with each other. But hopefully they had a moment to show that the gods are back and the gods are gonna be on our side. Embla is a tricky one, right? I don't think Embla really turned over a new leaf. She still doesn't like us. However, her kingdom is going to be under threat. Her kingdom includes Varnica, what she likes. I do think she's gonna side with us. I don't think she will betray everyone and work for the gods. Cause if her kingdom is threatened, she won't like that. I think that's pretty simple. And we all know Elm is still alive somehow. He should have died back in the book. He only came back for what, one forging bonds for literally no reason. But I think it's pretty simple. He's here because Embla is here, so they're gonna be buddies against the end. Nifl as well. She was already on Form's side during that Tempest trial. And interesting. Now to preface this, I'm saying this. I've read most of the Tempest trial stories. Not all of them. The early ones I did not fully read, but I do know most of them through cultural and osmosis and Reddit. And I know one thing. Muspel is pissed. He's pissed at us. He's pissed at Lejon for betraying him. And so, since Lejon is alive again, she's gonna, be with her girlfriend Fjorm, and whoever she is, Levitane is gonna follow, because of course Levitane is gonna follow. I think that's pretty simple. And this pisses off Muspel. He doesn't care that his kingdom is gonna go under due to the Winter Annihilation, because his whole game failed because Lejar betrayed him. So I do think when he revives, he's gonna go suck up to Rune, saying, "Hey, I need you to get my kingdom back by these bastards, and I will join that Winter Annihilation or some shit." I think that works with his rash personality, but I do think something else might happen. He's gonna choose a new champion. You can't choose Lejarn because she already betrayed him, and you can't choose Levitane because, well, you can't choose Levitane. And so he's probably gonna choose Surtur. So you guys might be thinking, Surtur faced us once. Surtur only cares about strength. So of course he's gonna join the gods, right? Hear me out. If you have a Surtur in your heroes list, you can know that his character is all about strength. All he talks about is strength. All he talks about is destroying everything in his path. But one thing was different. Surtur was defeated by us. And in his level 40 confession, he states this: "It literally does not matter anymore. He views us as this strong person now since we defeated him. We took him out, we took out his kingdom, and we took out his right of rebirth." Surtur respects us now. Or this summoned version of Surtur respects us. And so I'm assuming if he does get summoned again as a champion, he's going to remember that. He's going to remember that we defeated him and we are the strong guys in this situation. He's simple like that. So of course he's going to join our side. That would make things pretty tense with the girl you're about to sacrifice Like basically, this would be a traumatic family bonding activity, being against Asgard as Ragnarok descends. But hopefully they can all work together. He's also not gonna like Loki for basically being a spy. And I don't know. Some of me do think he might just stay with Asgard because that might be the stronger side. But a part of me does hope, since we defeated him that one time, he's gonna join us. All right, what's next? Oh yes, the Realm of the Dead. I do think Ymir will be on our side. She likes air, so I think that's pretty easy. And now Hell. It's complicated. It's really complicated. I have no idea. But I'm genuinely thinking she's gonna be for Asgard. Just because she doesn't really show anything different. I don't see her joining us because she doesn't really have a reason. I know it sounds like a BS reason for Surtur for joining us. But for Hell, she didn't really change. She doesn't really. I didn't see anything that pointed to her liking air in any way. So, I'm keeping her for the 4 Asgard group. I think that's pretty simple. All right. And I do also think that Hell, if she does choose a new champion, it will absolutely be not air again. I do think it's gonna be Gangalot, because Gangalot has been this super supportive. If she came back, if Hell came back to the Twilight of the Gods, she's probably gonna choose Gangalot. That's like unless Lif was the one that was chosen. That's why he looks different. I don't know. If you chose Lif, then Lif will have to be on her side. But I'm actually putting Lif and Thrasher, the Lif Vengers, that could have been cool thing heroes were doing that they just didn't. I wish we had like an actual Lif Vengers. It would have been so cool. Like people were like making art about that. Like, come on, that was like promoted and like nothing happened. Anyways, I do think Hell chooses either Gangalot or Lif as a champion. But either way, if Gangalot does come back, she's for Asgard because Hell's for Asgard. But I do think Lif and Thrasher, they're a toss-up. I don't know. They're not really buddies with Asgard. But there might be still under contract with Thor, right? And Thor works for Varun, so I do think they could either acknowledge the contract by going Asgard, or betray that contract by going against them. We see Lif in the book 10 cover being like against Alphonse, but we just don't know. Oh yeah, moving on. Our big man over here, of course, he's a good fairy. He will be against all that. If he will choose a champion, I mean, it'll most likely be Peony. I think it'd be cool if they gave Mirabilis some love and choose her, but like she doesn't deserve. She's not gonna get any love. Let's be honest here. She was like one of the most worthless characters like ever. Like, why does she even exist? I'm not being rude or anything. She just doesn't deserve to exist because she didn't really do anything. Wasn't that important? I don't know. Alright, moving on. The Dark Fairies, on the other hand. Now, if you have read Book 4 Tempest Trials, you should know where to go. And it's not for Asgard. Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! The Dark Fairies are on our side. It's pretty clear. Freya, Freya is on the same boat as like her, as in part of the Light Realm, the Celestial Realm. They don't like each other. So of course, Freya did say at the end of her book that that's it, I'm against the Allfather now. And so wherever she goes, her fairy buddies will follow. I think that's pretty simple. And we got difficult family number 2, because we got dies but comes back and sees that his sister is still crazy. I do think it's pretty crazy how they kept them being blood related as like a relationship thing. I mean, it's Fire Emblem. We got incest everywhere. But Heroes incest? I think that's pretty crazy. Either way, Trouble Family number 2 after Trouble Family number 1. I do generally think that these fairies will be on our side because, I mean, come on, their world's going to be affected. Freya already dislikes Asgard and the Allfather for what he did. So his think is pretty simple. Gun Gap, I have no idea. I actually did not read book 4 Tempest Trials. I'm just assuming they're against because they didn't really have a character to show any type of, you know, being on the other side. I had never seen anything like that. So I'm just assuming, like in nothingness, since it's like nothingness, they'll be against people who want to fight for somethingness. Something, you know, I think something simple like that. Nothing deeper, because I just don't know this character. I'm just assuming they're for the gods. Now, skipping her for a second. At the end of the book 5 Tempest Trials, it revealed that he became the god of the dwarves, became a huge dragon, and he said that he will revive when the Twilight of the Gods start, right? So it comes back, his kingdom is under siege. He comes back and gives his power to, well, Reagan, because she really is the only one left. I do think that the giants as well will come back. Her, like, Dagger's mother and probably other giants will come in and help as well. But yeah, Nivelvalir, he will come back and save the day, but will protect his kingdom. That's fine. That's fine. Now, hear me out on this part 2. This is my massive, biggest cope you've ever seen. This is large cope number 2. I don't think Ichi's dead. Come on, guys. I don't think Ichi's dead. She's not a god. I get it. But her death is way too strange to just have her not appear again. I think Ichi is still alive. She was just biding her time. And when the Twilight of the Gods started, she's on our side. For one single reason. Her kingdom was in trouble. She is the greatest nationalist you have ever seen. She only cares about is her country and her country's men. God bless. She's a God-fearing dwarven citizen. Oh my goodness. And I think it's funny because she generally hates everyone here, but the gods are going to threaten her country, so of course she's going to join our side. Something, enemy of my enemy is my friend. I think that's pretty funny. So yeah, this is coming from top 10 Ichi Glazer, top 10 Ichi Coper, top 10. Please make her actually come back to the main story. Her death was so anticlimactic for no reason whatsoever. Top 10, I really liked her face during the midpoint of book 5. All that type of stuff. I mean, either way, I do hope Ichi comes back. If she does, she's joining our side. Because it's her country, right? It's her country. Water break. Alright, where was I? Yes, Ichi will join back on our side just because our country is in trouble. We need more nationalists like that. I think she and Embla are in the same boat. These guys, they only care about their own place. And their own place is going to be threatened by the whole, you know, the Annihilation Trio. The Winter, the Sword, the Fox, the Wolf. And so they got to band together. The 9 realms had to band together against the gods. I think that's pretty simple. I think she's dead. She's either dead or a part of Sather. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't really matter because there's no way she's like a part of like Asgard. Of course not. She liked us. And so that's pretty simple. Okay, guys. Crazy take number 2. This dude hated our guts in the first place, and he's still gonna hate our guts now. Hear me out. I get it. He hates Asgard a lot. Everyone in this realm hates Asgard. But they're gods, right? I do think this is like a god kinship that's gonna go on. Like, he's gonna get revived. He's gonna see that his sister, his cousin's sister, taking over the throne, and he's gonna see that the golden curse is still alive through Sather. He's gonna get pissed. He's gonna walk up to Rune saying that, give me one of your annihilation guys. He's probably gonna get like the sword or the wolf and raise terror on the land so I can get my kingdom back. It's gonna be on their side. Why? I think he's petty. I think he's one of the pettiest guys out there. He made the golden curse because he didn't like how big and large humans were getting. And he died a bum. So when he comes back, he's still gonna be a bum. He's gonna be a bum for the gods. So it's pretty crazy, but I do think that's how it is. He's gonna be going against all these other Furies, and we're not gonna trust him this time because we know his stick. The only way he's gonna join our side is if he's an actual coward. But that's not the case. He can't be a coward. I mean, he is a coward. That's who's gonna go on Rune's side. If I can make a tier list that says coward or P, I would be it. Shoot, I'm gonna do it. Roll below. There we go. Sorry. There we go. A coward for hire. And that's his role. He's there for one reason only. Because he hates humanity that much more. Yeah, so near the end, we got the healing hands. I think something cool might happen with them. You know how in book 8, we heard so much about how cool, how helpful these guys are? I think after all these annihilations go forth across the land, they're going to be the first ones to show up helping everybody. These guys are going to reform back to the healing hands and do good work. They were all revived at the end of book 8, so of course they're going to be on our side easily. You're going to understand they need to do good. A lot of people are going to need their help, and I think that's great. I think that's great. But then the complicated thing is Lather. There's two options for this Lather. He's either the original one that died, that killed himself and made a copy, or this is one of his copies. Either way, originally he has always been for humanity. I think that's pretty simple. It might be a bit troubling to like have the family back. It's not as bad as Trouble Family number 1 and Trouble Family number 2. But either way, I do think all the healing hands are gonna come up together with the rats to, you know, be good guys. I think that's pretty simple. And to end things off is Asgard itself. I think it's a toss-up between these guys. Put Baldur, Holder, this tier is outdated, but also put Valley, also put Heimdallr, and whoever else from Asgard. I think it's pretty simple. Cause I don't know. It's another complicated matter. Cause will that fake Allfather come back too? Was he classified as a god to return for Asgard? Cause I don't think so. I think he was just like a total fake. Yeah, I think he was a total fake. I think it was Rune the one that gave Baldur all her invincibilities, because I don't think a fake will be able to do that. But I do think the Asgard, all those guys will do, they might flip. They might think that, oh, this is our true father, so we're gonna join their side. Or they realize that, you know, they understand why we fight and join our side. It's complicated. But I think one thing's for sure. This Ragnarok has to end Baldur's death. I think Baldur should have died back in book 9. I think keeping her alive was such a waste because she didn't do anything in the second half. And it made like Valley's whole rage thing. Because Valley's concept is so cool. Being a character so mad that her sister is dead that she becomes this invincible, ever-rising threat. Like, that was so cool. But it didn't work that well because book 9 wasn't that good. I'm gonna make a video about my thoughts and feelings on book 9. That will come sometime later. But I do hope in my book 9, like what things could have gone, I do hope Baldur dies. She has a good, strong start for the first half of book 9, and having her die at the end for midpoint, that would be cool. That would be cool. But she's a toss up or she's dead. That's just how it is. And put the rest of the characters there. That's it. That's my full list. Rune and his buddies. There's not a lot of gods that will join like Asgard. I think that's because a lot of characters are just either kind or the motives are beyond just gods versus humans. Like, why would Embla join the gods when her kingdom is threatened? Why would Ichi join the gods when her kingdom is threatened? It's just simple stuff like that. Either way, I am a bit hopeful for book 10 and the books afterwards. Cause I do think all the trio of Annihilation are all gonna have pretty cool designs and pretty cool concepts to them. And the new character designs are gonna be cool as well. Like, I saw the Snake Girl in the book 10 cover. She looks cool. I saw one post saying that she's related to Loki, so that's also cool. And so, I guess that's it. One extra thing is, it's cool that all the past book artists are coming together. Yoshiku, the one that did book 9, and the main one for book 3, 5. I forgot the names. I forgot all the names. I only know Yoshiku. But everyone else, I think it's Yoshiku, Mishima, and then like, I forget, Kozaku, I don't know. Either way, it's cool that they're all coming back together to like have this one final hurrah for Fire Emblem. And well, I guess it's a bit sad to see that this story, Fire Emblem as a game itself, might be coming to an end soon. As one of its longest running like Nintendo mobile game, I would say it had a good run. I will have to admit that they did have a good run. And well, hopefully there's an archive of this. It will be remembered as the game that killed Fire Emblem or saved Fire Emblem. I say it saved it. It made like $1 billion, so I call that a success. I do think this made Fire Emblem more popular. Maybe. I don't know. I do hope we get a Warriors type of game for this for this gacha games, because I'm one of the few people who really like the OCs. I wish there was a way to play them outside of this dumb gacha game. So have like a Warriors type of game, or like add them more to the mainline Fire Emblem series is cool. So I think that's it for me. Look out for Fire Emblem 3 Hopes. The Foursome Weave. And the not 3 Hopes, Foursome Weaves, the new Fire Emblem game. That's it. Just thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye.